Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk to you about how can you factor a problem like this when you have x squared plus x minus 6. Okay, so the first thing that you should do, you should find out the a, b and c value. Okay, now let me explain what does that mean. So think of this as ax squared plus bx plus c, right? So you actually need the a, b and the c value. So since there is no number in front of x squared, you can think of this as 1 times x squared. So a will be equal to 1, okay? B will also be equal to 1. Since there is no number in front of x, you can think of this as 1 times x. So b is also going to be 1. Now c is going to be negative 6, okay? Not positive 6, it's going to be negative 6, okay? So now, what's the next step? The next step is I'm going to draw this cross, okay? Now, this method only works if the value of a is 1, okay? So the method that I'm going to show you, some people call it diamond method. So this method only works if the value of a is equal to 1, okay? So what you do, you put the c value on top, which is negative 6, and b value in the bottom, which is 1, okay? So now the idea is simple. You actually need two numbers, okay? Two numbers. If you multiply, you're going to get negative 6, but if you add, you're going to get negative 1. So what are those two numbers? Okay, let's see what happens if we choose negative 3 and positive 2. Okay, so negative 3 times positive 2 is negative 6. That's fine, but negative 3 and 2 does not give us positive 1, so we need to change the sign. Okay, so it's going to be positive 3 and negative 2. So let's double check one more times. So 3 times negative 2 is equal to negative 6, and 3 minus 2 is 1. Okay, so once you have those two numbers, you're actually done. So that is actually going to be your answer. Okay, so you can think of this x in front of plus 3 and x in front of negative 2. So your answer is basically going to be x plus 3 and x minus 2. Okay, and you are done. Okay, so x squared plus x minus 6 can be written as x plus 3 x minus 2. Now you may be wondering how can I double check my answer? You can actually double check your answer by applying distributive property. Okay, so let's do that. So x times x is x squared, x times negative 2 is negative 2x, 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. So x squared, negative 2x plus 3x, they are like terms, so we can add them up. So plus x minus 6, which is equal to this. That means we are done. Okay, now I think I should talk a little bit more about this. Okay, so some people actually use this method. Okay, they call it the eyeglass method. So they actually use this new method called the eyeglass method to solve the same problem that we just solved. Okay, so let me show you how can you solve the same problem using a different method. So for the eyeglass method, you also need those A, B, and C values, okay, which we have already found. So A was 1, B was 1, and C was -6. So you do the same thing that you did in the diamond method. So in eyeglass method, what's going to happen is you're going to multiply this A times C, okay? So A times C will be on top. So let's find that out. So 1 times -6 is -6. That's cool. Now the B value will be in the bottom. So our B value is equal to 1. Okay. So in this new method, we're going to do the same technique one more time. Okay. So we need two number. If we multiply, we're going to get -6, but if we add, we're going to get -1. So what are those two numbers? We already found out those two numbers, -3 and +3 and -2, right? Let's double check. +3 and -2. Okay. So now you have to do a little bit extra work for this new method. Okay. So what you do, you include this x with these two magic numbers. Okay, so you have +3x and -2x. So whatever number you have, you're just going to multiply that number by x. So if you have 3, it's going to become 3x. If you have -2, it will become -2x. So those two numbers, those two terms, we're going to use it to solve this problem. Okay, so remember the original problem was this: x² plus x minus 6. Now what we want to do, we want to replace the middle term. We want to replace this middle term with this two term. Okay, so which is plus 3x minus 2x, and we can do that. It does not change anything. It does not change anything. We can do that. So x square, 3x minus 2x give us positive x, and -6. So we haven't changed anything. Okay, so now I see I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 term. Whenever I see 4 term, the first thing that comes to my mind is factor by grouping, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to do factor by grouping. So I'm going to group these two together. Okay, so I have x² plus 3x. What can I factor out? I can factor out x. So x plus 3. I have, now I'm going to group these two together. Okay, so -2x minus 6. So what should I factor out? I should factor out 2. But since I have a negative sign here, I'm going to factor out -2. That's going to give me x plus 3. Since I have x plus 3 and x plus 3 here, that means I am on the right track. So now I'm going to factor out x plus 3. So I factor out x plus 3, and I'm going to have x minus 2. So I hope you noticed that we got the same answer: x plus 3, x minus 2, x plus 3, x minus 2. So the point I'm trying to make is, you can use diamond method, you can also use the eyeglass method. As long as the value a is equal to 1, the answer should be the same. Okay, thank you for listening. Take care.